right, guys, stay tuned. This is Karaoke Joe coming to you straight from San Antonio's very own Vic G's TC Radio. And again, guys, we got Miss Alicia C. Alicia, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Modern
Man,
technology. You know what?
well,
We have the
era la
benefits.
mona.
We have the benefits of doing video interviews now. Not like back in the days where we just had the telephone, but there's so many technological problems too.
Era la mona. Era la mona. I didn't charge them. So I'm running all over the place trying to find the charger, and
Oh
I plug it
no.
in. And then once they're plugged in, my computer doesn't find it. So then I'm running around, and then I think my partner's hers are in the car. So I run to the car, and I run, and then I run back, and she's like, "They're in my pocket."
Oh
And
my
so,
goodness, that is so funny.
but I am here.
But we're here. We're here. That's the important thing. Thank you again for allowing me to do this. I put on the in the video in the promo part two because I had the honor of being able to interview you before, and so a big thank you going out to you for allowing me to do this.
No, thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be back on your show, and
Thank you.
you're like my number one hype man. So like,
Oh,
I'm always down.
well, I said I told you yesterday I'm going to be your official sequel DJ for all your
Yes,
releases.
and you said sequel, prequel, trilogy, everything.
So I was saying a while ago how exciting it is for an artist to be able to get it's always exciting to get new singles, of course, new album, but to have it as your debut album, kind of let us know what your emotions are right now. You're doing radio tours already. You're seeing the numbers running in on the album release. I mean, what are you feeling right now?
It's overwhelmingly just happiness, but also like, meh. Yeah, like there's no such like when we follow closely to the progress, and you want your music to do well, and you want people to love your music and
Yes.
resonate, and all. It was kind of like everyone was holding their breath too, because I had the cumbia tropical, and then I had mariachi.
Hmm.
So everyone's expecting this album to be something, or what is it? And then I came out with what I came out, and it's seven totally
It's
different songs, and just
it's to me
this big
it's
old thing.
it's a complete Latin fusion. Like if you're a lover of Latin music, this album is it. I said it a while ago. Shelly was on and Jose Rosario was on, and I said it a while ago. I'm already gonna call it. This is gonna be an international hit out there because you hit so many different genres, different degrees of music with this that I 100% believe this is going to be amazingly successful.
I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I was gonna say that. No, I'm all traumatized. We're
Oh my
live. They're still live, right?
goodness.
Okay. No, but so during the release, obviously I have such a great team, and I had the greatest people behind me, like with the EP, and Shelly being the producer, and Jose and David being the writers, and it was challenging because I am a very strong, powerful singer. I like how they use powerful, but powerful means you're loud as hell. And so singing softly and singing so diverse and with such dynamic was a challenge, but I had them every step of the way, and Shelly coaching me, and you can do this, and positive affirmation, and then here
Yes.
at home as well, like you got this. And so much so that it proved to the fruits of my labor were totally worth it, and were rewarded because the EP did debut at number 2 on the iTunes charts for Mexican music.
Yes. Yes. Well, I gotta say, now I know you're a youngin compared to me, but I gotta say, you probably don't remember it. Well, you probably know these artists, but don't remember their music. I was listening to this album, and I've been listening to it nonstop since I got it. On my way to work, on the way home, I'm a nerd, and so I'm listening to every little piece of it. And I was listening to it, and you were talking about how your voice is loud. I mean, you're mariachi. You got that brass that just pulls pushes out there. But I love the fact that your music, your each piece on this album starts off so softly, so
I
so
know.
just I mean, but still strong. Like it's soft, but just pushes right through, all the way to just the climax of the song, and you're just blaring it out. And you remind me of two artists, and it's not in our genre. Two artists in another genre, and those artists are Sade and Tony Braxton.
Oh,
Yes,
Tony Braxton.
yes, because
Wow. Oh
if
my
you
God.
listen,
Fun fact, man, with Tony Braxton. I
yes.
I used to sing in the room. My sister, who I love dearly, and she's right older than me, can't sing to save if her life depended on it. Let's just, start the funeral arrangements while we're at it.
Oh
Um,
no.
would sing Tony Braxton, and I remember learning with her "Unbreak My Heart," and
Unbreak
every
my
time when it got
heart.
to that high part,
Uh huh.
she's like, "Go!" And then it was me at like 10 years old, like singing it. Oh my God, that's awesome.
I love it. And the reason I compare you to those two is because they're the exact same way. I mean, Tony Braxton especially, she starts so peaceful, and then just like that high note hits up there. I remember watching Boomerang, Eddie Murphy movie, and Love Should Have Brought You Back Home last night. That the way she starts off, just, and Sade does the exact same thing. So I was listening, kind of reminiscing back in the days to artists that do start off so peaceful, and all of a sudden all that emotion just drives right through. Now,
It's emotion was definitely there. Like I mentioned, so the very first song, obviously, that I did do, everybody knows, or not everybody, because obviously there's new people watching all the time, but it's a story that I tell often. Is the very last song of the EP is the very first one that I recorded that got me sent home the very first time I worked with Shelly, and it was because I could not sing softly. I wanted to attack everything as if I was singing, a mariachi song, and I
yes.
was at an event center at the quinceañera, and the person in the front seat and the person in the back had to equally hear me. So, if for those of you that have heard it or haven't, and you, Joe, I know who you heard it. It's like see, right? And I was like see, like all loud, and just, and finally, got it, and I am. That's like my favorite one. It's because she took me from the bottom all the way to the top of my range, and it's just the climb. I think of the song as a staircase. Just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. And then the other one, the bachata, the one that you like very much. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. I mean, well, I could just tell yes. I went with when the song was play, I
Yes.
guess.
Well, I'm actually going to start on the bachata because Todo, I'm going to save that one for the last because that is the brand new single that you're releasing. So I want to wait for that one to the last. I'm going to go ahead and start on the bachata. And I just, as soon as it kicked in and I heard that guitar and that percussion, I was like, bachata, like I wasn't expecting it, And I said a while ago on my intro, there's a lot of this music that I was listening to this. I was not expecting. I mean, were you the same way? Kind of tell me a little bit of when Shelley presented you with the bachata.
Every time she would send me a new song, and it's just the instrumental, right? There's no lyrics. There's nothing yet. It's just an instrumental, and I just fell in love with the beat. Everything about it was something different. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think, I could ever sing this. I could ever sing that. I could ever do this. I'm my own worst enemy, I guess you could say, right? And I was like, there's no way. Or three more. Like I fell in love with that one more, and that one replaced and became my new favorite. I was scared. It's probably one of the most scariest things ever because she said you're gonna have to approach these things differently. You're gonna have to approach this differently, and you think about. No one had ever told me that I could. Everyone says the only thing you're ever gonna be good at is mariachi music, mariachi, 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 and well, here it is. I did it. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hold up, right quick. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
The
Okay.
thing I like about it is, I remember, I think it was Stephanie said the thing that she loves so much about the Hana artists is they can sing any genre, and they're the only genre that can sing any genre. We can do country, we can do hip hop, we can do reggaeton, we can do everything, and nobody really can do that. Nobody can really just jump in and do the Hana. And in this album, you proved that right there because you are doing everything else. There's artists like yourself, like El Gallo Dez. I mean, y'all do everything, and this proves it right here. And I completely love this one, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and start
Thank
off on this one. Go ahead and introduce it for me, and we'll play it out.
This song is called Me Acaricias, and it's the bachata on my new EP, Cada Parte de Mi, written by Shelly Lares and Jose Rosario.
I love that intro. Just the
Another
little
great song.
hums.
I am. Let's no,
Cuando tú me besaste, en el beso te llevaste alma, corazón y todo, todo me lo robaste. Hoy sin ti no vivo y no verte es un castigo. Ven y dame un poco de tu amor. Me acaricias, yo toco el cielo y al amarte me quema el deseo. Dibuja en mi piel y dame el placer. Me acaricias, yo toco el cielo y al bailar en tu pasión me pierdo. Bailemos mi bien y al amanecer.
Now, I got to commend you on that voice. Like, who would have thought a mariachi singer would be able to sing that smooth? I mean, you listen to Prince Royce, so many other amazing bachata artists out there. Would you have ever thought you'd be doing that?
no, not in my wildest dreams. When she sent me this song, she sent it to me with her vocals, right?
Uh huh.
And I was like, oh my god, I love the words, I love the song. It was kind of funny how this song came about too, or how I figured out what the song was about. I'm pretty naive, I'm not gonna lie. And so I'm practicing the song and I sang it and I hated it. I
Yes.
hated it. I'm like, no, not doing it, not doing it. No. And Mary, my partner, she was like, it's a great song, you need to give it time. And then she was like, what do you mean you don't like it? I'm like, I'm not saying I don't love the song. The song is beautiful. I don't like the way I'm singing it. I don't sound great. Oh my god, it's terrible. Like whatever. And she's like, I haven't even heard you. Like whatever. And you've got this. And I'm like, no, no. And so I'm singing it and I'm singing it. And I'm thinking that this song is genuinely a song about, two people meeting at a bar or a club and they're dancing
Mm-hmm.
and they're, whatever. And then right smack in the middle, we're in the music room here in my house, and my partner's in the kitchen, and I'm practicing whatever. And I go, this song is about sex. And she looked at me and went, ay Dios. And so I'm like, this is why I'm singing it all wrong. Like, I don't even know what it's like. Oh my goodness. And it's not
Yes.
the first time, it's not the second time that I've done things like that. Like Shelly and her wife or fiance and numerous people on our team are like, oh, you're pretty. And I'm like, I just need to stop bleaching my hair, man, because it's starting to affect me. But I approached it now with learning it, and they told me, look, you have to do this to it, you have to do this to it, like talk to it like you're flirting, and then you're foreplay, and then you're
Yes.
taking it all the way. And she's like, be sexy, and I'm like, you're making me cringe, and so she also said approach it more in like a poppy voice. And
Yes.
I was scared. I'm just like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? And it's because I was trying to have like the mariachi vibrato, and I was trying to sing with that power behind it. And
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't until the concert that we had, that really, really big event that we had,
Mm-hmm.
that I sang it. Um, live that a lot of the feedback that I received are was whenever I was singing softly or whatever it was like the verse or something of the song, they were just the audience was just listening and they're like, you
Mm.
just took us with you. And so I'm like,
Yes.
okay, well, I don't have to be powerful
Mm-mm.
to have someone be engaged or think that it's great. So I took all of that, and when I went to go record it, I was terrified. I was like, oh my goodness, she's gonna hate it. She's gonna send me home. Like I'm already traumatized. Like it's gonna happen, whatever. And as soon as I sang the first, "Cuando tú me besaste," right?
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Pretty," and I'm like, I got this,
Yes. Now you
yay!
said one of the cringe parts of it was because you're not used to it, was saying Alicia C.
Oh, she was like, "So are you gonna say your name on it?" I'm like, "No," but everybody, all the bachata, like Prince
Yes, Prince
Royce,
Royce.
right? You know, I'm
Royce.
like, okay, and just the way as soon as I did it, it was funny. They're like, "Dude," I'm like, "All right, okay, we just hurry up, record it." And I'm like, Alicia C, and then I ran from the mic. I'm like,
Yes.
I'm done. Like, and so now on the track, like when I perform it, she left it out, so I'm gonna have to do it live every time. I'm like, you should have left it in.
Yeah. Well, I hear it like it's right before the second verse starts up. Stephanie Flores says you killed the live performance on this song.
Thank you.
Yes, 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 yes. You know, it just takes it to that another level. And I tagged a young lady. She's rated the top bachata artist DJ here in the Seattle area, and
Well,
they have a
girl, is that
dance
Cherie?
studio.
Cherie?
They have a dance
Music.
studio over here, and I'm gonna get with her because I want her dance team to put a dance together of this bachata. If you're all right with that, I'd like to.
Yes. Oh my
Yes,
God, I would love that. Use it on your TikTok. Tag me.
yes.
Anybody, if you have a challenge that you want to make to it, I would be so honored and would love that. And I'll jump on the trend too. I'll do a challenge.
Perfect. Now, like I said, guys, we did not play the first track on the album because I'm wanting that one to the last because that's actually the new single that Alicia is doing. So that was actually track number two. And guys, again, we're only playing at full volume, only parts of these songs. So I want y'all to get out there to iTunes. Let's make this a record setting release on this album. So everybody get out there, well worth the money. And but I'm just giving you a little teaser on what you're gonna get when you do get this album out there. Track number three is Cielo y la Luna. Another one that just shocked me. As soon as that bass dropped, I told Shelly a while ago I wasn't expecting it. I'm hearing all these instruments and I'm like, oh, this is pretty and it's traditional and all of a sudden boom 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 there it went. And I was. How was it to drop this one? And what was y'all's idea when y'all came up with this one?
So when she sent me this, she's like, I have one more for you. And it was the very last one that I received. And when I received it, I heard the initial the what right the little drums. Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes. Uh huh.
Okay, sorry. I heard the initial drums. I'm like, oh, and I had I laughed because at this time it's still a beautiful and it's still very very popular.
Hmm.
Carla Cristina's song had just come out. So
Yes.
as soon as I hear the congos, I'm like, cinco, or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't compete, whatever. But then, boom, um, there's this. At that time, it didn't have a cello. It didn't have that string on it. And I was like, I love it. Um, she sends me the track with now the lyrics, and El Gallo Dez is the one that wrote the lyrics, right?
Hmm.
And I'm hearing him sing it, and I call her, I'm like, can he just sing the song? Because I can't do that. I was like, watch, I want another one. Like, please don't send him as my demo. Like, I cannot. Like, there's no way. And she's like, no, I wrote this song specifically for you. I hear you singing this song, and sure enough, like, it went from I have to sing. Right, super soft, and
Yes.
then it also has kind of his style of who he is represented in the song. Like it has that Chicano LA vibe to it, and I'm like, I gotta do this justice,
Oh.
right? And I did it, and it's
Yes.
so cool. But my favorite part is the cello. Like
Yes.
it's and if you listen, if anybody's gonna listen to it, if you go stream it, you have to have your speakers full
Your
blast. And
yes.
at the listening party that we had, like I had my official release party, and it was a listening party. When it came out, all of a sudden the song just turned everyone, and they went like it leaned back, and it just, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Yes.
the vibe is different, and I'm like, I love it. It was
Well,
good.
I did commend Shelley a while ago when she came on. I commended her on the instrumentation. Of course, I always tell everybody I'm a band nerd, and for everybody out there in high school band or junior high band that's getting picked on because you're a band nerd, be proud of it.
I
Because
was a band geek right here.
yes, all these musicians that you're hearing, they all started at that. So they're up there being nominated for Grammys and Latin Music Awards and Talent Music Awards, and those other people playing football are now fat.
Yeah.
My son's not gonna like me saying that, but I commended Shelley a while ago because I said the instrumentation is just another level. Like all the little instruments. Like I said, I was attention to detail. All the little instruments that were out there, the beats and everything is just amazing out there.
I'm pretty proud of it. I'm very,
Yes.
very excited, and I think I did it justice.
Yes, ma'am. Well, guys, again, this is track number 3 on the brand new album, El Cielo y la Luna. See, I love that.
It's right here.
Yes. See, it's all traditional.
Espero que te dure mi sabor. El tiempo no deshecho con tu esencia. El hecho de escuchar tu dulce voz me rinde el dolor de tu ausencia. Prefiero hasta la muerte sin tu amor, porque nadie llenará la diferencia. Sin risa ocultar mi soledad, que nunca volverás con tu presencia.
Guys, as you listen to it, you gotta have your headphones on, guys. I want y'all hearing all this.
Sorry, my dog went out.
Lloraba y la luna me
That
escuchó,
voice.
y las nubes se acercaron por su cuenta. La lluvia platicaba de un dolor que el tiempo no ha perdido ni siquiera. Necesito que me encuentres, corazón. Amor que
Is
dure
about
siempre sin las
a loved one
penas.
that has passed.
Uh-huh.
Meaning someone that's somewhere else, and I'm like in the cielo, and I'm still here in la tierra,
I think
and it's just
that's gonna really hit a lot of people, especially now after COVID and everything else that happened. I think this is gonna be one of those songs that's really hit it. See, I love how powerful your not only just your voice, but the way you punch those lyrics is perfect.
so in that chant. It's funny because que venga a decir lo que quiera, right?
Uh-huh.
But if you hear, there's also we did the octave, and so that deep, deep, deep octave is also me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because the engineer Kiki was like, or cuz was recording it, and she was like, "Okay, now do it in a lower octave." And I'm like, que vengan a decir lo que quieran, right? And he goes, y yo, sup, bruh? It worked at first, but the other three, he just looked like, what the? And, yeah.
I love it.
I call like activating my double chin. That's how I hear those.
Yeah, you just got to pull it in there. I do got to say, you remind me a lot of, and I was going to say it the last interview that we did, and you remind me a lot of Shelly because the way, first of all, the way y'all talk real choppy, and Shelly's very direct, very powerful. She knows what she wants, and I hear that same tone in you, like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that song. I don't like it. Nope, I don't. And I do gotta say, I was gonna say tell you a while ago when you said, "Oh, I don't like this one either." You're gonna thank everybody that loved all these tracks when this track goes, when this entire album goes huge.
Well, now I love it.
Oh yes.
When she sent me the tracks before they were released, right? We had an event. She, we had an event. It was I had the pop up event
Yes.
here, and she was still working in the studio. And she sent them to me, but I wasn't able to hear them until the end of the event. So the end of the event was like at midnight. We got home like around 2, and I'm like, let's hear it. So we have, a system here in the house and raised it, and I was a sobbing mess.
Yes.
Just a sobbing mess. And Shelly doesn't sleep for the most part, but that day she chose to go to sleep.
Uh-huh.
And so the following day she's like, "Did you?" I'm like, "I'm so glad you didn't answer," because I was like, because I couldn't have the way it sounded. Obviously, when you record, they send you like an MP3 of what it sounds like what you just lay down. It's not mixed, it's not mastered, it's nothing.
Yes.
So some parts I couldn't hear myself, some parts I was too loud. I'm like, ugh, it was cringy.
Yes.
So when they did all that work, my voice sounded the same, right? But I can hear different parts, and I can hear the music, and I can hear what they added, because obviously she doesn't stop writing. So up until the very last minute, she's like, wait, let's add something more, let's take something out. I heard it, and then I just lost my life. Like and then when I heard the duet with my mother, it just, oh my goodness.
Yes. Well, that's a good segue because your mom just barely jumped on, Miss Diana Zavala. She said, "Hi, Mija, here watching."
Hi, Mom.
Now, guys, the next 2 tracks on the album, track number 4 and 5, is tracks that y'all already heard and tracks that y'all already voted for and nominated on the TC Radio Countdown. And that's Ven and Te Digo Adios. Of course, Te Digo Adios was the very first one that Shelly had produced for you. And I got to tell you, on both those music videos, your videographer and director is amazing. I love both of those videos. I love them. Yes.
That's my partner, Mary,
Yes.
who you'll see as a Black Sheep Creation. She's the one that did it. She's been my rock since the beginning. None of this would have ever happened if it wasn't for her. This is why I dedicated the EP to her, because she had enough faith. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of family members, a lot of friends that were like, "We always knew you could do it." Oh yeah, but
Yes.
she said, "I know you could do it, and I'm going to prove and show you that you can, and show you why we believe that you can."
Yes.
And I went to the studio, I heard myself, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And still at that moment, I didn't think, "Oh, okay, this is fun." And now it's like, "Oh, okay, I want to do this, like, for real."
Yes.
Like I see what it does to people. I see what it does to strangers, how strangers treat me, how it makes me feel making music, and how it makes me feel that I was able to express who I am. That's why the CD is called, or the EP, sorry, is called Cada Parte de Mi, and it's that mirror with a reflection, because it's a reflection, it's a reflection of who I was, who I am, and who I'm yet to be.
Yes.
And I wanted to embody all the sides of me. I mean, I was in an interview in Houston. I was tap dancing back into the film, or I said film, the camera, and I'm like, this is just me. Like, and then I get nervous and I just can't stop rambling. So I'm sorry.
Well, the Te Digo Adios. Oh, I love it. And that's why I like doing interviews like this, because it brings a connection to so many people out there, future artists out there, people that have always wanted to do this, and not only just this, anything that they have a dream, they see you and they're like, you know what, she did it, she had somebody backing her up, somebody pushing her. You know, I mean, it inspires people. We all grew up with that artist that we heard every song of theirs meant something to us. It was a part of our life. And now you're that artist. You know, now you're going to be that
Aw,
artist that somebody's going to hear and say, that's the song I want to dedicate to my mom. That's the song that I dedicate to my love. You know, that's the song I dedicate to my ex. You know,
bomba.
yeah. I want to say real quick before we jump on the collab on Te Digo Adios, that
He said
entire
the collab.
yeah, that entire video was perfectly filmed. The color, the everything was just perfect. Inside the stable, uh, everything. I just loved it. That entire video is amazing, and
Thank you.
your
So it was
outfit,
so
the
much fun filming
colors.
that. We didn't know. Like I normally don't have a concept. I'm real like let's go do it. I just don't want to be on a horse. But that horse had never been ridden by anyone other than its owner. So she was
Oh,
kind of like nervous.
yeah,
She thought she was gonna have to lead him, and I'm like, I don't, no, 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 no. Like I know
yeah,
how to ride like enough to. I can lead. I can do it. I got this. Well, she was scared too because the outfit that I'm wearing has that attachment, that
yes,
train,
hmm,
and he's never had anything draped over him
yeah,
before.
draped on him.
So she told me she's like, I might not, you might not be able to use it, and so I held on to it, and without her, like she was, strapping my boots in. I went and just went like this and put it on him. And
Yeah,
she went, she held her breath. Everybody held their breath. And he didn't flinch. He did nothing.
yeah.
And him and I just, he was the sweetest. He took over the show. He did everything. Like you would have thought we choreographed it, but no, that was all. That was his video, not mine.
Yes, and I love like you're looking at the camera, and then he just kind of gallops away, you know,
He took off.
and
He took
he
off.
took
Te
off
digo.
in a corner, you know, he curved around, and you just kind of had to, you know, still follow the camera. I mean, it was perfect. I love the entire thing. I thought it was perfectly filmed. Like it was great. Even the co-star, he was great.
Yeah, my main squeeze.
Now, guys, I said in the commercial that we were going to, you know, of course, announce the surprise collab artist, and on the next single, um, and I'm going to let Alicia give y'all the backstory on who her collab artist was with her on on this album.
So if y'all have gone to see the EP on Spotify or on iTunes or YouTube, anywhere, it says Orgullo Mío featuring Diana Zavala. Diana Zavala, I've known her my whole life. She's pretty cool peeps. No, that is my beautiful mother.
Oh,
um, my partner heard us when we were at celebrating Ven. Mr. Jose Rosario threw a beautiful party for me in honor of Ven, the music video and the song going number one
hmm,
on the charts. And as I told my story before, Shelly and everybody knew that my mom sang, and that I learned to sing from her, but I hadn't heard her in about 20 years, right?
yes.
And so you see in the video, and it's on YouTube, where I'm singing Por un Amor with Jose Rosario, and you see my mom get up, and you see little Shelly in the corner just, going, and egging her on, and she's like, sing, sing. So I'm singing, and then all of a sudden I just hear this voice, and I turn around, I'm like, it's my mother.
Oh,
And so now we're both singing Por Amor, and so I just start to harmonize to her, and everyone's just wow, like woo, whatever. And my partner's like, you know what? We had just finished watching a series of music videos on YouTube of a lot of people singing about their loved one that passed
yes.
or that's no longer here and how much they miss them and stuff. And I'm like, well, I still have my parents and I still have my mom. And so, we just played around with the idea and then I let it go. Well, for Christmas, I opened up an envelope and it's a picture of my mom and I, and it says, Merry Christmas, a fully written, produced, and recorded original duet with you
Oh.
and your mom. And it was produced by Shelley, written by Shelley, and then the lyrics are written by David. And it was so much fun practicing it. Mind you, again, my mom hasn't sang in over 20 years.
Mm,
She's 70. Um, she has arthritis in her jaw and neck, so she can't sing loud or open her mouth like the way she used to.
yes.
And so The whole ride to go record was funny. She didn't eat, she didn't drink anything, she didn't speak, she just stared forward. She was, and I'm like, why are you so quiet? And the very first thing she's like, I don't want to get sent home. And I'm like, no, she didn't. Like, she threw that back. I don't want to get sent home. I want to make Shelly proud too, and I want to make you proud. And I'm like, it's fine. And we get there, we start recording. Um, herself in the studio too. She gets to hear herself.
Yes.
And when I received the song, I really loved it. You know, Shelly is notorious for we none of us have auto tune. We
Yeah.
have to our intonation has to be good.
Yes.
And so she knew my mom wasn't gonna have the perfect intonation, and she decided to just I'm not gonna do anything because I want everyone to hear
Yes.
how raw and beautiful and true and real that it is. And it when I showed it to my sister, I had told my siblings that we had a collab, and they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But when my sister heard it, like she just lost it,
Oh.
and they're listening to it, and it's because we get to have that forever.
Yes.
I get to have my mom's voice, not only in every single voice where she's telling me, "And contesta el teléfono ahorita," but I get to have her, in the music. And who knows, maybe we'll perform it together one day. But
That would
yeah,
be
this song is
amazing.
Orgullo Mío. It is the duet with my mom, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah.
Let's go. After 20 years.
20 years. She's 70.
And it starts with her. I love that.
Yes, she is the very first one.
Orgullo mío, eres tú mi bendición. Tu voz de oro canta al cielo sin tremor. Ternura de seda, tan gran corazón. No importa que pase en la vida, tú sabes que siempre yo estoy. Mi luna y sol. Madre tan linda, siempre en mi mente permanente estará. Y es para siempre. Soy trabajadora y aprendí a ser valiente. De mi reina querida, orgullosa de mí. Dios que te acompañe entre los años, siempre estaré yo a tu lado. Tú eres en mi vida un gran milagro, nunca se te olvide que te amo. Hoy te felicito por tu esfuerzo.
I'm going to let this one play through.
Hoy y cada día yo te aprecio y te quiero. Las flores hoy se ven nacer por tanto amor que tú me has dado. Mi querida, quiero que tú sepas que te amo.
Y'all's harmony is perfect. I love it.
Thank you. Take a minute.
Nunca te olvides tú de mí. Nunca madre, eres mi cielo. Desde el día en que te vi nacer, una nueva vida ha empezado. Mi querida, quiero que tú sepas que te amo. Dios que te acompañe entre los años, siempre estaré yo a tu lado. Tú eres en mi vida un gran milagro, nunca se te olvide que te amo. Te amo, te amo.
I love it. I don't think there's a dry eye out there. I
Oh my
love it.
gosh.
You know,
Yeah.
we all grow up with our, our mom or grandmother, singing to us or singing in church, and always have that memory of that, But like you said, this is something you are always going to be able to have that, you know that 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 moment that y'all were able to have to be able to do this together, and this is a dream that not many artists get to be able to do, so I I congratulate both of y'all. Like, this
Thank
is gonna
you.
be,
Thank you.
out of everything out of this album, that's gonna be one of those songs that people are gonna really be able to connect with. Also, that's, guys. I'm gonna tell y'all out there, you want the perfect track to go out there for your quinceañera, for the mom and daughter dance. That's it right there, guys. Um,
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that.
yes. You know me, my mind's always thinking. But congratulations to you and your mom for doing that, and a big thank you going out to Shelly for letting it stay that natural. Like, it makes it, feel like you are just sitting on the couch, just singing together, and that's a precious moment right there.
It's funny that you say that because when we were practicing, we're sitting on the couch and my partner's recording us, and she starts laughing. She's like, "Y'all are hilarious," and I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Y'all are the same person." And I go, "What do you mean?" So obviously, I love my mother and stuff, but we aggravate the hell out of each other sometimes. But as we're singing the song, ba-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, both of us on the couch, both at the same time. Just, and she has it on video, and I'm like, I don't even realize we were swaying like that. And
Oh,
it's funny. It's funny.
that is perfect. That is a perfect moment right there. I love that for y'all. A lot of artists. There's one of my favorite artists in New Mexico, Santiago Alberto. Mega award winner. His mother also mega award winner, Angel Espinosa, and they've gone their entire career and they barely were able to do a collab finally. So for y'all to be able to do that on your debut album, that's amazing. I love that for y'all.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. The next song of the album, and I was going to say, I am so glad that, now I know Te Digo Adios, of course, was produced by Shelly, but I'm so glad that y'all included Ben. I was going to say that a while ago, that y'all included Ben on the album, because for a lot of people, that was the introduction of Alicia C. For me, that was the introduction, and that was the song that we fell in love with, Alicia C, so I'm so happy that y'all included that. When I told you that in your performance the other night, I was glad that you performed that, but I'm glad you put that on the album also.
Yeah, it was the very, very, very first song that we worked on together. It was the very first one that she produced for me. And it was shortly after having a conversation where I'm like, "Hey, is there anything that we could do where I could, incorporate who I am and my culture on both sides, Puerto
Mm-hmm.
Rican, Mexican, along with the sounds that have influenced me and stuff." And so I love the vallenato accordion. I love vallenato music. And she's like, "We can do whatever."
Yes.
And when she sent me that track, I was like, okay, let's do it.
Yes.
But it was scary because it was the very first time I've ever sang a cumbia. So at the time, it was super fast for me. And I'm like, I don't speak this fast.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot rap. I can't follow along with a rap song. There's no, mm-mm. And so I had to learn the song like da, 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 without to be able to get the timing and everything.
Yes.
And now it's still blowing up. It was
Yes.
added to a Spotify editorial playlist, so that means hundreds of thousands of people have
Ah,
that playlist and are listening to it every day. And
yes.
Te Digo Adios was also added to an editorial playlist, so it's also being streamed like a million. And then so every day, we get an alert or a new email or something that says that I've been added to an additional playlist, but not the playlist that like we create. These are Spotify playlists
Yes.
where hundreds of thousands of people follow and listen. And like I told you during our phone call, like I went from 400 or 500. listeners to now I'm at 1,400, and it just keeps
Yes.
climbing. And I'm like, oh, this is so crazy.
That is incredible. And I was saying that a while ago when I did my intro and the start of the show. And guys, just get out there, share, share, share. Whether you're listening on Spotify, on iTunes, on YouTube, wherever you're listening at, guys, share it on
Use
all
it
your
on
page.
TikTok. It's a sound on
Yes,
TikTok. It's a sound on Instagram. It's a sound on Facebook. You can use it on your stories. Any of them, they're all
yes,
there and even all available.
yes, yes. Let's make it trending out there, guys. The next song. In fact, this is the last song of the album. Am I correct?
Yes,
Yes, yes. This kind of give us a behind the story on this one.
that's the one that got me sent home. I can't hear you anymore. I'm so sorry. Hello? The wonderful world of technology. There you go.
Can you hear me now? There we go. Okay.
I see.
Yeah, we keep
Okay.
cutting out. Now this one, like you said, this was the one that got you sent home. This is another one that it starts off very traditional sounding, and then boom, it takes another level. I mean, what was the thought in the studio when y'all put this one together?
So this song was originally Shelly's song when she was 14.
Mm-hmm.
And very first time we met, she said that as soon as we met, as soon as she heard me sing, this song popped into her head, and she's like, "You were feeling me singing a song that I've had since I was 14." And so her fiance, went and got her cassette player so that she can extract it and turn it into an up to date version of it. And she tells the story. She's telling us that it's three songs actually turned into one. She was working on one song on her left on the keyboard. She was working on vocals to a different song over here, and then she was focusing on the Nuevo Vidarte. And she realized that all three of these songs worked very well together. And so it created the song, this very first one. And it's a privilege because not only was this her song, but I know that her dad was also influencing this song and they worked on it together. So she trusted me enough to bring this song to life now versus back then. And it's just different. I had to do it justice. I like I mentioned, I felt awful. I'd never been in trouble ever. And that 4 hour drive home, like my head was so far into my shoulders, it was like turtle. But now it is my favorite because I was able to sing at the lowest of my range and sound good and in tune and go all the way up. And I felt the song, if you hear it and you hear the instrumentation and stuff, everyone loved it. I got a standing ovation at the event that we had with the song, and it's very Phantom of the Opera, you know, like I should be at the Metropolitan Opera House. I don't know. And
Yes.
it's beautiful. I have people that have messaged me saying that that's their favorite one. It is different, um, but it's near and dear because it has so much meaning behind it that it's I love it. I don't know what to
Now,
say anymore.
now when y'all put now when y'all put it together, did y'all take it to another level from the original piece that Shelley had? Did y'all implement new things into it that kind of made it your song?
So as I'm when I went to go record, she was like, "We're not gonna cut vocals today. You're not ready. You have to go home and practice it. But you can stay and listen to what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna work on it." And her and Isaac, who is at Sweetwater, um, he's the one that produced or engineered that track. She would leave the room and she'd be like, "Play that." She'd listen to it, leave the room, and then come. She's like, "I want you to add this, add that." And she's like, "Play this for me." And they're just building the song as I'm
Yes.
sitting on that couch. Just and my mind is just, where did all these ideas come from? Because I say it all the time. I I was blessed and fortunate enough to be able to carry a tune and sing,
Hmm.
but music does not live in my head the way it
Yes.
lives in her head.
Yes.
Um, I I tried to write, and it was a terrible nursery rhyme. It was rather disturbing, and I can't write a melody, and it's we're I'll learn. I know eventually
Yes.
I will learn, but seeing her just walk out and then walk back in, walk out and then walk back in, and something new was built.
Hmm.
By the end, when I did receive it, and when I went back to re-record it, it was a whole different song, and it was just
Yes.
so I got to see some of the magic most of the time. When it comes
Well, I
to
can
writing the music,
with
I don't even pretend to try to have an input.
well with your starting at the point where you're starting at right now, I can see that. I remember watching a video of Ariana Grande in the studio, and she was in the booth, and her engineer was up there, and she's like, "Okay, loop that part, and I'm gonna put this little trill in there," and then he would do it, and then she goes, "I want to harmonize to that," and they were just going back and forth, and then bam, there it was, the magic, and it was all her ears here, his ears, her adding blocks up to on it and everything, and I can see you. Especially with you say you're very particular what you want and everything. I can see that happening once you hang around this icon that we call Little Miss Dynamite. I can see that happening quite a bit. If you don't mind, go ahead and introduce it, and let's go ahead and drop this one.
So this song is called No He de Olvidarte, produced by Little Miss Dynamite and written by Mr. Jose Rosario. I hope you guys enjoy it.
I like that.
So it actually has like oohs and ahs at the beginning, and it's meant to sound like pretty haunting.
Yeah. To me, it sounds old school, like an old school Western.
Oh,
Yes.
that was different.
You can see Clint Eastwood walking out right there.
Si por ciertas razones decides que te vas, yo no voy a oponerme al saber que partirás. Nadie entiende el
Love
dolor
that.
ni de la tristeza del amor. El alma se siente morir cuando termina la ilusión.
For singing that low, your voice is so brassy, like it's so thick that it just punches right through the headphones. I love it. And then that harmony line, is that you harmonizing with yourself, or is that
Yeah.
Shell? That is you
It's
harmonizing?
me. It was 5.
5 steps up? Yeah, I love it.
No, it's 5 stacks. So
5
it's
stacks.
a 4-part harmony or 5-part harmony. I can't remember, but it's all me. And over and over, each part is all me.
I love it. You're your own Blackpink.
Cuando tu piel acaricié. Oh no, no he de olvidarte. Siempre parte mías serás. Reflejo del pasado en mi mente vivirás.
This ending is everything, ladies and gentlemen.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No he de olvidarte. No, 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 no.
I love it. You know, it like we said, you start off so quietly and just so peaceful, and then it just builds up, and it's like your voice is like, "Yay! Now I get to be heard."
Yes. And that's what it is. It's just this slow climb, climb, climb. It's like a never ending, the song is like a crescendo, and it's just go ahead.
Well, I like the fact that that is the last track because of that ending. In my mind, as a DJ, as a music lover, as a fan, that last track with that ending just dropping like that is going to make me want more.
Yes,
And
that was the whole,
it's gonna make
it
me
keeps
want
you,
the
yeah.
next album or the next single. What's it gonna be? Please give me another album. You know, and that's your fans are gonna feel that. They're gonna be wanting more out of it, you know, for the next one.
That's the goal. Like I want to continue to make music. I'm excited and happy that I was able to do so many different styles and so many different genres, but still remain and be true to who I am. And it sounds like
Yes.
me in every single one still. I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I'm not
Yes.
trying to sing something that's not me or how I grew up with or what I was listening to. So it's the next one's gonna be better. But for now, this one is the one I'm truly proud of. It's my very
Yes.
first one. I never ever in my wildest dreams thought one that I'd have my voice recorded, two that I'd be working with the people that I work with, three that I have a CD with my face on it, which is very weird, and four that I'd be sharing this experience with the woman I love. And it's just
Oh,
it is amazing.
that is perfect. That
And
is
my mom,
perfect.
there's so many good things
A lot of
this
artists
past
feel
year has give has had this yeah,
a lot
there's
of
a lot.
artists feel that they when they do their debut album that they got to fit that box. You know, they've got to be in a certain area to be able to be accepted. And I feel that this album that you've done, you've been able to come out of that box, reach, stretch your arms out a little bit, and just say, "This is me. This is Alicia C. You heard my name in the bachata." and from here you get to take it to another level, and you with you being able to start off like this, nobody's gonna expect if you would have done a completely tejano album or mariachi album or cumbia album, people would have expected that for the next one. But with this album being a total what I call the Latin fusion album, you're going to be able to just branch off of this, your debut, branch off and just really say, okay, I want to hit a little bit more on this or a little bit more on this, or you never know, I might do another bachata, and this time I'm going to do a collab with Prince Royce himself. You know, you
Hey,
never know.
oh, you just put it out there. Ooh, let's manifest that one. Beck, yes.
Let that one happen. Prince Royce, I know you're watching out there, brother. I know you're watching.
Roy.
I'm fixing to tag him. With before we jump on that though, I mean, what would you like to say to everybody that has supported you up to this point, all your fans, new fans out there, the new fans that have joined you on Spotify and all your all your pages? What would you like to say to everybody out there?
Uh, thank you. Thank you is the the best way I could sum it up. There aren't a lot of words in the dictionary that, or there's a lot of words, but not enough to describe how I feel, how it feels to know that people believe in me and that people
Yes,
choose to listen to me and choose to buy my music and choose to stream it and share it with their friends and family. And these are complete strangers that have unsurmountable amount of faith, and they're like,
yes,
you got this. And so I want to thank everyone that has been streaming it, has been adding it to their playlist, has been using it for videos and sharing it with their family, because without any of you or anybody, none of this would happen. And when I say everybody, I mean y'all as well, radio, um, DJs, internet radio, everybody, because you guys keep the music alive and you keep sharing it. And um, there's only so much an artist can do without the help of friends, family, strangers, supporters, fans,
Yes.
and you guys. And just thank you to obviously my family, my beautiful, beautiful partner who has been my rock and my number one fan since day one,
Yes.
and who will continue. And for those of you that are streaming and love it and want to hear it live, I'm gonna put this in there. September 2nd,
Yes.
I will be performing at the Mercedes, Texas Street Festival Labor Day weekend. So September 2nd, I will be performing at the Texas Street Festival. It is the largest Labor Day celebration in Texas. And I'm the only female performing, which makes me super
Get
happy.
it.
But I will be performing alongside Jay Perez, um, David Lee Garza, um, Los Palominos,
Mm.
and Poder del Norte. Poder del Norte. And little me, Alicia C. Alicia,
Oh,
where did that come from? Alicia C.
Alicia. That sounded kind of Texan right there.
I know.
Shelly said, I'm so proud of you, Alicia." Hilda Lama said, "You're so amazing." And
Have you heard her live? Oh
yes,
my goodness.
yes, she is amazing. Stephanie Flores said, "Yay!" She's gonna be there. Um, Before we drop this one, I just got to throw a congratulations going out to you, out to Shelly, um, out to Jose Rosario, everybody that had a part of this. Mary, I'm just super excited for all of y'all. This is an amazing deal. I love seeing music growing. Anybody that says our music is dying is watching the wrong stuff, or they're stuck in the wrong generation, because there's uh, so many positive things going on right now, and this album is big proof of it. And I'll say it again, this is going to be an international hit. I already know it. I already know it. Well, shout going out to Henry Zimmerly out there, Street Talk Magazine. Henry, we got to do an article on this album, brother. So
Yes.
let's go. This is actually, ladies and gentlemen, track number one on the album. And this track, if the bachata, okay, wait, I got too many favorites. Nombre, if Ven is not my favorite and the bachata is not my favorite, todo is todo. It's my favorite.
It's
I love the way y'all did the male vocals, the way it kind of bled right into you without hesitation. He asked a question and bam, you were right on his butt, with all that attitude. I mean, this the instrumentation again, the percussion line, everything on this track just drives. Like, this is gonna be what my wife says when she watches a movie. She knows within 5 minutes if she's going to continue watching the movie or she's going to turn it off. This song right here is going to make people hear it, hear the album, and say, I want more. They're going to listen to this song and say, man, that just got my heart beating. And what's the next song? So kind of give us a little behind the scenes of On Todo.
Todo was, as soon as she sent it to me, I already knew I loved it. Oh my gosh. One time through, not even. It was the very, very beginning. It has flamenco, it has
Mm-hmm.
mariachi, it has hip hop, it just has all sorts of Latin everything um that I knew I did not really, expect
Yes.
how much people were going to enjoy it and accept it. But I performed it live at that event that I was telling you about, that we had the Fiesta Latina Música Sin Fronteras here.
Mm-hmm.
And it first of all, everyone said, like, you've got some cojones on you for singing nothing but originals at a concert that no one's ever heard of.
Yes.
um and but everybody was there, everybody was listening, everybody was into. And when I sang that song, they afterwards, when are you dropping it, when are you dropping it, when does it
Yes.
come out, we need to hear it again, we need to hear it again. And one of our good friends, she recorded, and she's like, I've been listening to this 30-second, or 15-second loop over and over and over. I need the whole song, I need this whole song. And when I went to go record it, it was papitas.
Mm.
It's such a good song. The kids love it, like my nieces and nephews, and
Yes.
like, you should see them. They're like, da 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 all over and over and over, all over the house. You know, they love it. And so it's doing great everywhere. I just released it on Friday to radio, and so shameless plug. Call your favorite radio stations, all of
Yes.
them, regular stations, internet stations, vote everything for Todo. It debuted at number 20 on a top 20 chart here in San Antonio. Then here at the second week, it moved all the way to 13. So let's see if I can get to number one. And yeah, so this
And
one
guys,
is Todo.
not only on at the Tejano station, guys, you got to
Yeah,
drop this
everywhere.
one. 93.1 The Beat. They do Latin Sundays. You know, it's a hip hop station. I can hear, hear Element throwing this track down. I can hear it like 100%. So if you think it's gonna fly on any town you're in, Amarillo, Texas, I'm telling y'all, 93.1 The Beat. Y'all gotta make sure y'all get it out there, guys. This is one of those
Yeah.
tracks that, and I gotta ask before we start, is there? I know you're pushing the album and everything like that, and y'all probably got a million things going on in your mind. Is there?
Yes.
Is there a video plan for this single? Please say
It's a
yes.
work in progress.
Please
We are,
say yes.
yes, of course there's going to be a video, but I'm not going to tell you when. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. I'm not going to
Yes.
drop any hints yet. It's going to be complete and just boom, sorpresa. But yeah, this one I'm gonna really take my time on, and because I want it to be just as good, if not better, than the song itself. It just
Yes.
it deserves, you know, all of that and more. I just sounded like we need you, like.
You're a recruiter now. All right.
I am a recruiter though.
That's funny. All right, guys, this is the first track on the brand new debut album for Alicia C. And like she said, this is Todo. That guitar with the echo and everything's perfect.
That's that flamenco, and you hear the.
I like the little claps. Yes.
Amor, no sé cómo empezar, pero lo que me das ya no me sirve para nada. Yo puedo fingirte amor, pero si un día te amé, ahora no quiero ni tus besos.
Honeybee, baby, tell me what's going on, baby. Oh, tell me what.
Yo, cuando te dije que te amaba, no era mentira, te adoraba, dispuesta a darlo todo, 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 todo. Yo estaba ciega por amarte y solo fui segunda parte y te robaste de mí todo, todo, todo.
I love every little entity in this song. My goodness. Since this is a release, we're going to go down and let this one play through.
No, no me desprecies, no. Si se acabó el amor, si tú ya no me quieres, no. Si es mejor que yo, vete con ella, amor. Yo sé muy bien quién eres.
Honeybee, baby, tell me what's going on, baby. Oh, tell me what.
Yo, cuando te dije que te amaba, no era mentira, te adoraba, dispuesta a darlo todo, 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 todo.
perfect intro song to an album. I love that. The way, I mean, at the very beginning, even when the male voice comes in, it's like you don't even let him finish his sentence. Like he starts and you're like, bam, wait, I'm talking,
Yep.
and I just love it. The
And that's how the song was written. So it's not anybody. It's a sample.
mhm,
That male vocal, and because it said, "Tell me what's going on,
yes,
baby." Shelly and Jose wrote it as a response, like, but I'm gonna respond to you in Spanish,
yes.
because it sounds. I'm even more upset in Espanol, you know.
You know
So
when she's mad when she starts talking in Spanish.
it's, but and it's just great when we performed it at the event. People were just, it was so different. They didn't know what to expect. We made sure to showcase that we can do everything and that we don't have to be, like you mentioned, in this box,
Yes,
and that it is okay to want to do whatever you want to do and not be told that you are not good enough or that you cannot sing other than whatever they tell you to.
yeah,
And I said that I'm who I am. I'm already a colorful person, um, and I was not going to let anything dim my shine or tell me that I couldn't, because I had the one person that said I can, and that's the
yes,
only voice that I needed to hear, to believe in myself, and to know that going forward more and more people would believe in me. And sure enough.
yes. They're there. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there and you got a dream, whatever that dream is, sometimes that's all it takes is just that one person to say go. Out of the hundreds of people that saying, ah, you're crazy, it's not going to happen. That one person, ladies and gentlemen, is all it takes to believe in you and give
It
you that
doesn't matter how
fire.
old you are either, y'all, because I'm
Yes.
getting up there.
Whatever.
Grace say so.
Oh my goodness. Now, I do got to ask, and I always ask artists this, and they never give me a straight answer, and I know you won't give me a straight answer, but it's your debut album. What is your baby on this album? What's your favorite song on this album? Or what was your favorite song to work on this album?
No olvidarte.
Ah, perfect. Because you had
Those are facts.
you had to
It was
prove a
the
point.
hardest one. I had to really, really work hard, because
Yes.
it was like my make or break. It wasn't just I need to be able to sing this way. No,
Yeah.
there was a lot of behind the scenes that it's my first time working with a producer. It's my first time working with someone that is so renowned and iconic, and I had to prove that I
Yes.
was worthy enough to work with. Um, and because at any given day, they can stop choosing to work with. They can, you know, they don't owe you anything.
Yes.
And so I had to prove, and that's the song that I set the tone and the standard that I will do whatever it takes to make you proud and to be successful in this industry. And I will continue to hustle, and I will hustle every day until everybody knows me. I'm just kidding.
Now, is there, I know we're pushing this album, and there's out of the 7 singles, we've already released 1, 2, 3 singles already on this album. And I think you could probably get away with releasing probably another 3 on this album, if
We're
not all of them.
just
And,
gonna reach them all.
just to release them, once a month, or one each month. But is there in future projects? Is there artists that you would like to see Alicia C working with, doing a collab?
Yes.
I really would love to hear you and El Gallo Dez. I would love to hear y'all two doing a collab. I think that'd be like fire. But is there an artist you would like to do? Oh yes, y'all heard
But
it here
yes,
in a
so
soft whisper.
fun fact, fun fact, August 31st, my partner and I were going to go see Karin Leon in Austin. And bet your bottom dollar that I am taking a big old sign that says sing with Alicia C.
Yes.
And he's gonna see it because we're on the seventh row. It's gonna be that big. He's gonna see it.
Yes.
He's gonna pull me up there, and we're gonna sing together. And he's gonna realize, hey, I need to work with her.
Yes.
I'm manifesting it.
Perfect.
I'm putting it out there. It's gonna happen.
Perfect. I can't remember what the post was the other day, but somebody had said, push yourself as much as you push everybody else, and you never know who's going to say yes. It takes that. How many times do we see a video on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok of some artist saying, hey, I see you, come up on stage? It happens all the time. Why can't it happen to people we know?
Yeah, my partner and I are no stranger to sales. We worked retail for a very very long time when we were younger, and
Yes.
we heard so many no's that it does not, along with other colorful words. But
Oh, that's
and I am
funny.
no stranger to the word no, and it does not hurt my feelings. For
Yes.
every no is one closer to the yes.
Yes, perfect. Well, thank you again for your time.
Thank you.
I know it's late over there in Texas. It's already 9 o'clock over there,
It's fine.
but just thank you again for allowing me to be a part of your journey. I love being able to bring the newer artists up, and just with the fire music that you have. I mean, this album, I really do think, if people were expecting a Tejano album or a mariachi album, open your mind and just let the music take over. And this is going to be an international hit, ladies and gentlemen. And as I'm saying that, I remembered I had said something earlier when Shelly and Jose was on that I was going to tell you. I'm going to put you on the spot, young lady.
Oh Lord Jesus, so mighty on a crap.
When I found out that y'all were releasing a vinyl, I have already told you I love that, especially being a debut album. That's a collector's item for anybody out there
Hmm.
that's doubting that. I'm telling you, this is a collector's item right now. Get it now. Don't try buying it 20 years from now. Get it now while you get the opportunity. But the idea that I shared with Jose and Shelley was a couple of months ago. Carrie Underwood came up with an album, and they did a collector's pack, and it was the vinyl, the CD, an autograph poster, and an autograph merch. I can't remember. I think it was like a shirt or something like that.
Oh, that's a
I
great
I
idea.
told Jose I would pay $45 to $50, whatever y'all charge for it, just to have the vinyl and the CD pack. If you throw in some merch in there or an autograph poster. And I told him I wanted the vinyl autographed by you, him, and Shelly. I think for any collector out there, that's going to be an amazing pack right there. And to have all three of them. And I already told you, I'm going to frame the vinyl right here, right next to my turntables. I'm going to frame the vinyl, and I'm going to play the hell out of the CD. So I might have to get another CD later, but the vinyl's always going to be up there. But just an idea out there to you and your team out there. I think that would be amazing when y'all
Definitely.
do get it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. It's happening. They're on their way. Well, they'll be here.
It's going to be worth
But
the wait.
it's worth the wait. The vinyl, believe it or not, is trending right
Yes.
now,
Yes, it is.
and because it's trending, it's way, way, way over. Is it what was it back ordered? I
Hmm.
guess
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
But they're gonna get here. Maybe it'll be a Christmas gift.
Yes. Well, whatever it is, just let me know when I can purchase it, and I'm down. I'm down on it. But again, thank you so much for your time, and
Thank
congratulations
you, thank you,
going
thank
out to
you.
all of y'all. I'm so very proud of all of y'all, and this is an honor to be able to do this. Tell everybody where they can get the album.
So my album, you can find it on iTunes if you want to digitally download it. You can stream it on Spotify, YouTube. I'm on Pandora. I'm on Deezer. I'm on Napster. Yes, it still exists. Um, Everywhere. And then if you want to purchase a physical CD, if you like, physical, and you like the way it sounds when it's on a CD, you can find it at my website at Alicia C Oficial with one F.com. And then you can also find me if you want to, follow me, keep up with everything that I'm doing on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Threads. It's at Alicia C Oficial. All of them. They're the same. One F because it's in Spanish, people. Oficial.
I feel like I'm in high school again, failing in Spanish class. Now, to all my dancers out there, guys, you heard her say it a while ago. Get her track, the bachata track, todo, whichever one you want. Get the track. Let's get it trending
Trend,
out
make a
there.
trend. Let's make a trend.
Yes, let's get it out there. Again, thank you so much. A big thank you going out to Miss Diana Zavala. She said thank you very much to myself. God
My
bless you
mom.
and thank you very much.
Love you,
Uh,
mom.
yes, ma'am. But congratulations also, ma'am. But thank you again, and I can't wait till the next chapter.
Yes. It's gonna be a whole storybook here, guys.
Let's go. We're gonna be like Harry Potter.
Yeah. Only nobody dies.
Yes. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me, guys. I'm gonna throw it down
Thank
one more
you.
time. This is the brand new single, Toda. Alicia, thank you so much. God bless you and
Bye,
congratulations.
guys. Love you. Mwah.
Tell me
Amor, no sé cómo empezar, pero lo que me das ya no me sirve para nada. Yo puedo fingirte amor, pero si un día te amé, ahora no quiero ni tus besos.
honeybee, baby. Tell me what's going on, baby. Oh, tell me what.
Yo, cuando te dije que te amaba, no era mentira, te adoraba, dispuesta a darlo todo, 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 todo. Yo estaba ciega por amarte y solo fui segunda parte y te robaste de mí todo, todo, todo. No, no me desprecies, no, si se acabó el amor, si tú ya no me quieres, no, si es mejor que yo, vete con ella, amor, yo sé muy bien quién eres.
Honeybee, baby. Tell me what's going on, baby. Oh, tell me what.
Yo, cuando te dije que te amaba, no era mentira, te adoraba, dispuesta a darlo todo, 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 todo. Yo estaba ciega por amarte y solo fui segunda parte y te robaste de mí todo, todo, todo.
Again, a big congratulations going out to Alicia C, and a big thank you going out to her for joining us today. This is Karaoke Joe coming to you straight from San Antonio's very own Vic G's TC Radio. Pura vida, baby. Let's go.